Hey everybody, Rob Orgel, your favorite silencer nut job, and for those of you that are new to the channel, this is the place where I test over 300 silencers, head-to-head, side-by-side, in all the different ways I can dream up. I really enjoy learning and sharing what I'm finding to help you make the most informed decision with your purchasing power. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about why 2026 is the best year, better than ever, to buy a silencer. Without wasting any time, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it. Today's primary sponsor is Suppressor Tools. Now, this guy is not just a good person to do business with, and I always look for companies I enjoy working with, and I have to tell you, this is one of them. But also, he's come up with a bunch of great solutions to problems that we suppressor owners have, like all the different weird tools you have to have. He's found ways to combine a bunch of them. So, shout out to Suppressor Tools. Feel free to check them out. Once upon a time, there was a few suppressor manufacturers. I don't even think Huxworks was in the game yet, and I mean OSS. But I think we had Surefire, we had Gemtech, and YHM. I think those were the three big names. Now it's alphabet soup. I can't even tell you how many manufacturers there are. When I do a video with 80-something silencers, it's hard for me to remember the name, model, and caliber of each silencer because there is so many. And with this capitalism boom of all these guys popping out of the woodworks, you're getting lighter, quieter, better silencers than ever before. Now let's add in our new spin here, 3D printing. 3D printing in the silencer world has only been 3-4 years old. So what we've done with that is we've unlocked stuff. We haven't even figured out what we've unlocked because it's evolving so fast. People, instead of design something and put it into a CAD, whatever that means, and then send it away and then print 500 of them and set up all their, you don't have to do that anymore. There are guys who just sit at their computer in their mom's basement, come up with a suppressor design, send it to the guy who prints it, and that next day they've got their suppressor and they're testing. Okay, not next day, but you get what I'm saying. Now they can test this thing and say, this thing's great, get me 100 of those. And then they can sell them on the internet. So the cost of entry used to be an entire machine shop and a whole bunch more if you want to manufacture your own. Now, there's people 3D printing that you can plug and play, send them whatever you'd like, and they'll print it for you. So we have tons of new designs, internal geometries that we could just never do from traditional subtractive design. The additive design of 3D printing really goes a long way with all these new manufacturers and the lower cost of buying. Next, now this one should be an obvious one if you're following the silencer space or the NFA stuff, and that is no more tax stamps on silencers, short-barreled rifles, and short-barreled shotguns. What that means is, instead of going to the store and saying, I'll take that one, sir, and paying your $200-something for your suppressor, plus your $50 transfer fee or whatever, tax, let's say, and then have an additional tax stamp of $200, that's gone now. There is still an NFA registration process. So you purchase your suppressor and you might have to wait 5 days, sometimes 2 weeks, and then they'll say, hey, your suppressor's ready for pickup and you can come get it. Now there are some added restrictions with owning suppressors that you need to keep in mind, but you now no longer have to pay your $200 transfer fee. In 2026, we are developing lighter, better materials for our suppressors. Now, before, we didn't really have a lot of options, and most of our suppressors were weighing over 20 ounces with the mounting solution. Now, I would say it's pretty normal to have a suppressor around the 10-ounce range. So we've cut our suppressors in half by weight by using different printing designs and metalloids. So instead of having this big, clunky, long suppressor on the end of your gun that increases back pressure a ton, gasses you out, gets in your eyes, makes it hard to see, all that, that's gone. What suppressors used to be is no longer what suppressors is. And I would say that's been a slow creep, maybe every 5 to 10 years, we're booming, and then all of a sudden we hit like 2-3 years ago, and that 3D printing launched us to the future. But 2026, when they took away that tax stamp, that slingshotted us into the future because all of a sudden everybody was interested because they didn't want to spend the $200 before. So there are many more people making them, way better designs and way lighter designs for 2026. Let's talk about approval times. Now, nobody wants to wait for Christmas to get their new G.I. Joe, but unfortunately, still today we have to wait for our time where the ATF holds it in their little prison cell and then they let you have it. By them, I mean the store will hold on to your item for a day, 2 days, 5 days, sometimes 2 weeks, but it's never been this quick. Certainly there's been anomalies where, hey, one time it was 1 day back in, I was there too, especially the ATF e-file Form 1s, but that was a long time ago. Suppressors have always been that 3 months or longer. And until they made that 90-day rule, it was much longer, 8-9 months on average. You could have a baby in that time. And now they made it 90 days or less it needs to happen. And now more commonly, 1 to 2 weeks, you get your silencer. We have never regularly cleared silencers as fast as we are today. Yet another good reason why 2026 is your year to buy. More objective testing. Now, there's a lot of people putting out subjective tests on their opinion, and sometimes those tests aren't exactly fair, but there's a lot more people sharing their opinion with what they're learning, and that is truly valuable. In addition to that, there's a lot of guys like myself offering lots of information on these suppressors so that you can make the best, most informed decision for your suppressor. This is something that we do here on the channel, and I post videos usually 2+ per week. So if you like this style of content, make sure you subscribe so you get a steady feed of much more to come. This video is also brought to you by T&K Outdoors, not just a good dude, a veteran Marine like myself, but also offering soft goods and now killer suppressors. Finally, something I don't talk a lot about on this channel, and that is price point. I stay away from price point because YouTube does not like gun guys. Obviously, I'm a gun guy, which means they don't let my stuff get exposed to as many people as it should, and sometimes they even unsubscribe people who have already subscribed, unfortunately. So I don't talk about price because YouTube also doesn't like that being mentioned when it pertains to NFA items or firearms. So I don't talk price, but now more than ever, we have options in every single price point. It used to be if you wanted a suppressor, you need to spend at least this much plus the tax stamp. Now, there are suppressors under $200 and there's no tax stamp. So suppressors have never been cheaper. In addition, you can get into some very expensive fancy suppressors like the strategic science suppressors, which I have 3 of and they are amazing, but they're expensive. And then you can get into the super affordable suppressors. Otter Creek Labs, for example, makes a great low-cost suppressor. Many other examples follow exactly that suit. So whatever it is you're interested in, whether it's a low end or a high end or anywhere in between silencer, make sure you do your research and consider that 2026 is a great year to be buying, and it's only gonna get better. Guys, I don't sell this stuff. I don't make money when you buy it. I really don't care. I just want to share my experiences and hope to usher you into our small community of suppressor owners. If you like this content, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. I've probably said that a few times. As always, stay safe, and we'll see you in the comments.